Don't know if I want to be around. Our future doesn't pay. Don't know if there's gonna be tomorrow. If we find out what we want to live, you just be yourself. That's what nature has given to you. Don't go copy anyone else. Let it all just flow out of you. Why don't you just fly out the sunset and feel the sky?
All right, what time is it? 2:30. All right, let's get this started. So, for those of you who haven't been here before, my name is Derek. I am the creator, owner, designer, head janitor for Amavidi. We make silicone sculptures for adults. Okay, so first off, we're going to demold a few things. We might do a pour after that, but we're going to try to do some demolds. By the way, I try to do live streams for folks on their orders. So if your order number ends in the last three digits 110, this order is for you. All right, let's push that to the back. And by the way, if you are on TikTok, I am also streaming on Twitch and YouTube. And I may not be able to, I will not be able to show you the whole thing when I demold it for TikTok, but YouTube and Twitch will get to see the whole thing. All right, so this is our mold. We poured this about 2 hours ago, 2.5 hours ago. It's fully cured. I've got 2 others. We're going to try to demold as well. And all right, so we get it broken loose all the way down. Okay. And we'll just pull it out to about there. You can see the marbling, the color combinations. So, all right, TikTok, I got to turn you to the side for a minute. There you go. And YouTube and Twitch, here is the full demold. Pretty nice. I like this. This part right here is awesome. I think you can see that. So that was for order number 110. All right, so that goes into the hot pot. All right, that goes into the hot pot. It'll finish curing, and we'll get that done. All right, let's bring TikTok back in. There we go. And this is the leftover silicone from that pour. You can see this thin area is really tear a little easier, but this part, I mean, you can really stretch on it. So the silicone is actually really stretchy. All right. So let me go. I'm sorry that I can't be what you are. My heart is gone. All right, so let's try to do the second one here. And again, I can't show the whole thing on TikTok. If you want to see the whole thing, you'll have to be on YouTube or Twitch, which if you go to the link in my bio, which if you go down to the bottom of my bio that says almavidi.com/TikTok, hit that link, and that'll give you links to YouTube and Twitch, etc. So let's try to get this one out of the mold here. This was one I was trying to recreate for a customer. Couldn't quite remember exactly how it went. But yeah, we just break it loose, and we're going to come down. We're going to squish all the way down, separate it from the mold. There we go. And then pull. Oops. All right, so that is blue and green. It's kind of nice. I don't think it's quite the right blue, but it was close. So, all right, TikTok off to the side. And YouTube and Twitch. Here's the full demold. Look at that marbling right there. Yeah. I'm pretty pleased. I think that was the right green. I don't know if that was the right blue, though. But I do like it. So, all right. Get that into the hot pot. And bring TikTok back around. All right, and here's the last one. We're going to demold. This was one that I did live and took a customer, or not customer, but a viewer request on the colors. So separate that out, break it loose all the way down. And then we'll give it a little tug. And then that's about where I'm going to have to stop for TikTok, but you can see the red and the purple. Somebody had requested red and purple, so I did that for them. You can see that. All right, turning TikTok around. And for YouTube and Twitch, there's the full demold. You can see it's really subtle, but it's actually really nice also. So, yep, I am pleased. And into the hot pot it goes. All right, we'll bring TikTok back around. Well, these are just silicone sculptures, so I don't know what you think they might be, but these are just silicone sculptures. Now then we also had our squishies. Now we can pop these out. And plunk, actually. We'll do this so that they show up a little bit better. And I'll trim this one down a little bit because it's got a little excess on it. There we go. And then we have our poop. We have a silicone poop. There's nothing to be scared of. We're just doing silicone pores, casts, things like that. So these will go in with the orders for the folks that place custom orders. They always get some squishies to go along with their sculpture. So need to clean up my cups here.
You say you can see something. You can see something in my eyes.
Squishy silicone.
The spirit of the night, and the clocks keep turning. We all see the fire inside. Tell me how it's burning. Is it enough to have the
I think we cut this one just as it was ready to pull. It may not be ready to come out of the cup though. Nope. Okay. But we do have this. Let's see if this is ready. Nope. How about this one? Yeah, this one's ready to come out. Again, this is just the extra silicone that was left over after we did the pour. And it makes it a lot easier to clean up when you just let it cure in the cup. Anyway, feeling a little dorky today. The squishies are just, somebody's asking what do you do with the squishies? They're just like little stress toys. And, you know, sometimes folks like to have a little something extra made from the same material as their sculpture. And give them a little something to squish on, play with. It's a sculpture. It's just some people see it as something else. Anyway, let's see. Do I want to do anything else? I don't think there's anything else I wanted to do today. I might do another pour. Anybody want to see a pour done? If you want to see one, let me know in the chat. Otherwise, I'm going to call it for the day, and we'll just finish it here. All right, we have a couple of votes for seeing a pour done. So let's do a. What about colors? What colors should we use? Do you have any preferences for colors? We're going to use. We're going to use a Parabolica mold, which is kind of a long S shape. What colors would you like to see? Well, we just did a red and purple, so let's do something different. What else? What else? Pretty in Pink says pink and black. I kind of like that one. All right, teal and white is another good one. All right, teal and white is another good one. We have another request for a light blue. Another request for a light blue. I kind of like the pink and black because I got a really nice hot pink here. This is a really bright pink. It's actually, if I can find my black light flashlight, I would show you, but I can't find it right now. I don't know where it is. Find my black light. Somebody's moving my flashlights. So I got pink, and then I've got black. The other one was teal and white. Let's take a look at that. There's teal and then white. What do you think? I think those are my top two right now. Which one do you want to see? All right, let's do teal and white. I like that also. So let's do that. So maybe we'll do the pink and black as well. Depends on how I feel here in a minute. All right, so we're gonna do these two colors. Let me get my cups ready here. It's gonna be a 2-color pour, so we need 2 cups. One big, one little. And need to get these cleaned out. So it's just 99% alcohol. Just gonna clean them out. Get rid of any of the wee beasties that might be living inside. All right. Oh, teal and black could be nice also, yeah. Okay. Let me get my silicone going. I need 265 plus 65 is, I need 330. We're doing an A10. So I need 80. 160 plus 160 is 320. That would be enough. All right, so I need 80, 88. And I apologize, I have to step off camera because my scale is over on this side, but all my cameras are over there. All right, I'm back. So we have our part A and part B in the cup. We're going to mix that up. Just give it a really good stir. Mix, 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 mix. And scrape the sides. Make sure the stick is clean. All right. So now we need, I'm going to section this off so I have enough silicone for both my colors. And I got a little extra in there. Pour that off. Even it out just a little bit. Okay, so let's get, do we want the tip to be white or do we want the base to be white? I think we're going to do the base as white. So we'll get our pigment in here. So we'll get our pigment in here. There's our white. You can see all the bubbles that are in it. We'll take care of those in a minute. All right, so let's do our teal. Oh, Lord. There we go. Okay, get this mixed in. When I drop this in the vacuum chamber, I'll come back around to the chat and make sure I get all the questions answered. All right, so we have our teal and our white. There we go. Let's see. All right, get them in the vacuum chamber. Yeah, Nanner Baby, I think teal and black could be really cool as well. We do one that's very similar. It's teal, black, and purple. And that one is what we call the Aurora. It's really pretty. All right, any questions? Carb Kevin asks, how long have I been doing this? Amavidi has been around for about 3.5 years now. So probably did about 12 months of testing and research prior to that. So in this area, this category, almost 5 years. Prior to that, I've been doing casting and silicone for other projects all the time. So all in all, I've got probably 10 years worth of experience doing silicone. What are we doing? We are making silicone sculptures. What are we doing? We are making silicone sculptures. Good question. How can we gauge the firmness? I actually blend my own. I have basically 4 different firmnesses that I can do, and I blend my firmnesses depending on how I want the end result to how firm I want it to be. So it's partly blending, but also you can order silicone in specific firmnesses, and then you don't have to worry about blends. Yeah, actually, I do sell all my sculptures. If you go to my bio on TikTok, and at the bottom there, it'll say amavidi.com/TikTok. There will be a link. Hit that link, and you can get to my web store, my Etsy, all that kind of stuff. All right, we're almost ready to get this pour done. I think we'll do a black and pink one after this. Almost done. How long does it take a sculpture to cure? Depending on the firmness, it could be anywhere from 45 minutes to about 2 hours. Oh, I think you were asking how do you tell which firmness is right for you? I think that's the question you were asking. Pretty in pink. Okay. How do you tell which I would have recommendations depending on which sculpture you chose, but it really depends on the size of it and how thick it is, because a thinner piece is something this wide versus something this wide. In the same silicone, this is going to feel firmer than this. So it really depends on which model you're looking at. But I will say that A10 is pretty much going to be would work for any of our sculptures. Not necessarily for everybody's, but for ours, A10 is a pretty good spot to start with. All right, so we got our mold. We'll get that going in a minute. I don't know if I got mold release in here or not. Just make sure. Okay. There's our white. Here's our teal. Okay. Now I want to control the way that the silicone pours, the colors. So I'm going to cheat my teal a little bit to the back, to one side. It'll be the back when I get ready to pour. But by putting it back here, this will actually be the first part of the silicone that pours out. So by doing it this way, I can make sure that the teal comes out first. Okay. There's that. Now our mold. Okay. There's that. Now our mold. Okay. Question. Are these custom made or do we do all kinds? We have 5 or 7 models that we do. And we can do customizations of those. So we can do 4 or 5 different firmnesses. We've got, I think it's 30 or 40 colors to choose from. And you can actually mix and match the model, the firmness, and all the colors and make something that is perfectly yours. All right, so this has a little bit of an S curve to it. And so it makes it a little bit tricky to get the pour right. But we're going to go straight down the middle here. So we got our teal going first. There's our white coming in. And we get a little bit of blending of the colors, but they are also still distinct. We'll make sure we fill it all the way to the top. There we go. Move that off to the side, and then we'll. Actually, we don't have enough for oops. Might have enough for one of these gemstones, though. There we go. And we have a silicone sculpture and a squishy to match. Yeah, Kimberly, go for it. I mean, check out the web store. That's where you're going to find the most customization. The ones that are on our Etsy store are customizable, but not completely. You can pick the model and the firmness, but then when it comes to the colors, they have limited palettes. So check out both, see which one you like. But if you want something that's really customized, then go to the web store. All right, so let's move that off to the side. And I always keep my cups with my mold, because if something goes wrong, then it doesn't cure in the mold, but it cures in the cup. That tells me that there's something wrong inside the mold. Maybe I used the wrong mold release or something like that. But if it doesn't cure in the mold or the cup, then it tells me my mix was wrong, and I maybe doubled up on part A or part B or something like that. But it's a way for me to double check and give myself a way of checking to make sure that if something goes wrong, I can troubleshoot it. You would order it just for the squishy? Yeah. The squishies are pretty damn cute. Especially, I think I have fast food, so pizza, hamburgers, and French fries. I also have dinosaurs. So actually, I have a bucket. I'll show you all of my squishies. These are all just excess bits of silicone that we poured off. And we got, unicorns, we've got poops, we've got dinosaurs, we've got Easter Island heads, paws, and smiley faces. So yeah, we got tons of squishies. All right, so the next one we are going to do is pink and black. And again, this is my fluorescent pink. It glows under a black light. It doesn't glow by itself, but it is black light fluorescent. Where is my... Oops. There it is. Found it. All right, I'm going to turn off the lights here. See, it goes black. It goes completely dark. And then this is the hot pink, fluorescent pink. And it just glows like crazy. You can see it, doesn't hardly glow, and then it's crazy. Anyway, turn the lights back on. Okay. So these are the two colors we're going to use. Lights back on. Okay. So these are the two colors we're going to use. All right. Let's do. I think a Metropole would be good for this one. So let's do the Metropole. Get our mold going here. Check it, make sure there's nothing inside. And then we're going to hit it with a little bit of spray release, a little bit of mold release. All right, this is going to be a 2-color pour, so we need 2 cups. And we're just making sure that these are sanitized and clean. All right. So Metropole, let's do that in A10 black and pink. All right, so I got my silicone. Sorry, I ran out of stir sticks. So we're gonna mix part A and part B together. All right. Give my hands a second to breathe here. All right. Got that all mixed up. Now let's section this off. All right, when we get done with this, and I turn off the TikTok live stream, I'll go back with some of the folks on Twitch and YouTube and talk about some of those and show off some of those demolds earlier. All right, so we need black. And the way I'm doing this one, we're going to have pink at the tip and black at the base. I'm sure this just looks like tar on camera, but there is actually just a tiny little bit of shimmer to the black. You can actually get a bit of a marbling in the black. It's really subtle. I mean, look at that. That's just super intense. All right. A little bit more. Okay. It's going to be really hot pink. This pink is bright. I'll show you the black light again. So, lights out. Here's the black. You can't hardly see it at all. And then here is the pink. It's just insane how bright that is under a black light. I don't know. It's kind of cool to me. All right, let's get this in the vacuum chamber and get the air out of it, and then we'll get it poured. And while the vacuum pump is going, ask your questions. The question about the pink, it is not a pearlescent. It is a flat pink, matte pink. The black has just a little bit of iridescence to it, just a little bit. A pearlescent, it is a flat pink, matte pink. The black has just a little bit of iridescence to it, just a little bit. Yeah, that pink really goes crazy under a black light. I'm sorry if it hurt your eyes. We are making silicone sculptures. I'm sorry if it hurt your eyes. We are making silicone sculptures. And like I said, if you got any questions, drop them in the chat. I will answer them as I go along. Right now, we're just waiting on the silicone to degas. Right now, we're just waiting on the silicone to degas. As far as showing a finished product, we did a demold earlier, and I showed off some of it. However, if you go to my bio on TikTok, there'll be a link down at the bottom that says amavini.com/TikTok. You go there and you'll find everything you want. If you go to my bio on TikTok, there'll be a link down at the bottom that says amavini.com/TikTok. You go there and you'll find everything you want. Why did I decide to start making these kinds of sculptures? I had been working in silicone for a while, and not to say I was burnt out by it, but I wasn't feeling very inspired. And so I decided I wanted to branch out a little bit and try something different. Also, a lot of the sculptures that I found weren't really what I wanted. They're either very realistic or very high fantasy. Like Bad Dragon is super high fantasy, so they're doing dragons, griffins, things like that. And I didn't want to do anything realistic. So I settled on this kind of category that is kind of retrofuturism. There's a little bit of, they're representational but not realistic. They generally follow a certain form, like the Parabolica was my take on how to do a tentacle without it being a tentacle. Things like that. Anyway, how I got into it, I had been working with silicone for a long time, and then I wanted to branch out and try something a little bit different, someplace that I could get creative with it, and this is where I ended up. Bad Dragon can be a little scary. Alright, there's our black. There's our pink. Alright, now we're going to put the pink on top of the black.
Do you want to stay, girl, turn around? Do you want to play and get it now? Cause I can do this all night. Yeah. I see. So keep up the me. Baby, I know you like it, like that. Move it to
Okay.
the left, move it to the right. Girl, I know you want it.
And see if I can.
Move it down.
There it is. Might be able to see the pink a little bit better that way. Just get a little glow off of it. Alright, so let's get this in the mold. We want the pink to go first, then we want to follow with the black. There's the black coming in.
Come a little closer, think I see what you mean within your eyes. Wanna let you know before you realize. Baby, yo te miro que la cabeza. No puedo ser.
You can see that's the pink and the black. And I know it looks blurry on the camera, but it's not. There's actually some really good definition in there. So, let's see. I don't know if I can do this right so that it doesn't glare too much. Yeah, kind of hard to see, but there we go. All right. So with that is a Metropole in A10 using pink and black. So with that goes back there, that goes with that, and that goes back there. All right. Clean up my space here. And like I said, if you have any questions, drop them in the chat. I'm happy to answer them. I can go real technical or I can keep it real high level. Depends on what you want to hear. What would you like to know? Thank you, Linda Lou. Yeah, I think of them as art. I mean, to me, it's all about choosing the right firmness with the right shape, and then the colors, the color theory. What colors do you put together? How do you create contrasts? How do you emphasize certain aspects? Things like that. So, it really is art to me. By the way, on TikTok, I can't show the entire piece whenever I do demolds, but if you watch on Twitch or YouTube, which I have 2 extra cameras here for Twitch and YouTube, then you can see the full demolds. These are silicone sculptures. And all of the live streams that I do end up on YouTube and Twitch as well. So if you want to go back and watch any of the old ones and actually watch the process and hear some of the questions and answers in previous sessions, especially on YouTube, the library on that goes back many, many months. Lace, you're confused the whole time. All right. Well, with that, I am done for the day. I am going to continue for a little bit longer on YouTube and Twitch. There's some questions and topics I need to get back to over there, and also they wanted to have some questions answered about some of the things that we demolded earlier. So I'll pull those out, and we'll have a discussion on Twitch and YouTube about those. So with that, I am out of here. Bye. So I'll pull those out, and we'll have. How do I turn this off? About those. So with that, come on, turn it off. End now. All right, so we're back on Twitch and YouTube. So I'm going to pull these out real quick. There's the first one. Was that the first one we? Yeah, this is the second one we pulled out. So let me grab the first one. And when I get done here, these are all going to go back into the hot pot. The hot pot just keeps them, raises the temperature up. It runs about 180, 200 degrees. And so it will kill off and sanitize anything that might be on the surface. But yeah, there's the first one we did. Very nice. I actually really like this part right in here. Oops. And then here is the second one we did. This is that green and blue. There's some really nice marbling happening all the way through here. This model is particularly good for creating nice marbling along this side here and creating almost kind of this snake belly look here, which is really kind of appropriate for this shape. And then there is this one. This was the red and purple request that we had earlier. Let me actually, we'll put this here for a moment. Make myself a little space. I'm going to put a white background here so you can see a little bit more detail. So this is the red and purple Metropole that we did earlier. And forgive the dust, that's from the paper towels that I just used, but has a little bit more of a 3-lobe design. There's the base. And by the way, if you like this kind of stuff, give me a follow on Twitch or YouTube, and that way you can catch up with the next time we do a pouring or a demold. I also have another one that I poured yesterday. This was actually intended to be the non-binary flag. There's a Parabolica in yellow, white, purple, and black. But in this one, the yellow kind of overwhelmed all the other colors. But right down in here, oh man, that's some pretty feathering going on right there. And here you can see the yellow, the white, the purple, and the black. And those are all the colors of the non-binary flag. Now, if you have any questions, drop them in the chat. I'll be happy to answer them. Where's that mold at? This one? This is a mold for this model. And this one has a little bit more girth than it's almost the girthiest model that we have. Boing, 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 boing. All right, do you have any questions or anything you want me to cover? Well, if you think, what's big for one person is small for another. So, it kind of depends on what you're looking for. At the widest part down here, it's about 1 3/4 inches. So, yeah, it kind of just depends on what your preferences are. Can we make different sizes? We have a variety of sizes across our different models, but we only do one size in a particular model. A lot of these were hand carved out of clay, and so it's very difficult to scale them up and down from a clay master. Some of them are 3D printed, and that means that some of them could be scaled up and down. But I'm, you know, I really don't want to try to compete with Bad Dragon on size. That's just not who I am. So I'm pretty satisfied with the size range that we have right now. I mean, we have some really small ones also. Like this is a doe, and even at its widest point down here, it's only about an inch in diameter. So let's see. Is there anything else? I think I've pretty much covered everything I needed to. Then we also have this one. This is what we call a gibless. Let me see if I've got one out. I'll show you these. This is a gibless. Widest point's probably about 1.5 inches, but it's all about that texture. This is a lot more about texture than anything else. This is something. This is actually called Saturnalia, and it's really designed to kind of accentuate this medial ring right around here. So folks who are kind of playing with the idea of a little extra girth and they want something they can try to work on, this is a great option. Also, kind of like toys that have that knot down at the bottom. This one was kind of inspired by that a little bit. It's just a little something that folks can kind of use that ridge to explore that idea of knotted toys. This is a Metropole in Aurora. So it's black, teal, and purple. And you can see that marbling on this one is just incredible. This was a really nice one. This is the Versustan in Aurora. So again, this is for folks who are maybe getting started in anal play or in prostate play, something like that. This is a great option. And then something just kind of your basic curved toy is the Strupula. Very basic. It's only about 1 inch across this way, maybe 1.25 inches this way. And so it's another great one for folks who are just getting started in silicone toys. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like the colors. This one, yeah, there's a lot of texture to it. And so there are a lot of ridges there that can be interesting. And this one's called the Versustan. Kind of curious, how does that camera focus? That's not bad. Okay. How do we come up with the names? I don't know really. It's kind of, um, I mean, the company name is actually a portmanteau of a couple of Latin words, and so we kind of fallen into um, some certain naming conventions, like the Versustan uh, comes from the root of versus or versa, which is to rotate or turn or something like that. Metropole, um, that was actually inspired by the old science fiction movie Metropolis, one of the first science fiction movies that was ever created. Um, the name Metropole came from that. Saturnalia, the rings of Saturn, and again, still sticking with that, the Latin roots, Latin, Roman, getting back into the Roman gods a little bit. Gibbous, I can't remember. I think Gibba. I seem to remember that Gibba means texture in Latin, but I can't remember. Anyway, we kind of just go for words that sound like what we want them to feel like, or the kind of impression that we want. So, like I said, this is the mold for the gibless, and then this is the model. So you can see the texture on the inside really kind of shows off on the mold. Maybe a little bit harder to see on camera, but there's a lot of texture there. Again, this is the dough. I think I got one over here. And you'll forgive me, this is a flop. This was one where, well, I had some problems that day. It was a bad day. So, but this is a dough. And again, this is one that is kind of like, this is a great way to introduce somebody to prostate play or G-spot play. That curves tip really kind of makes that a little bit more focused. And yeah, so this is the dough short, actually. So this is actually, maybe 7/8 of an inch down at the bottom here. The full-size dough is not this one. Where's my full-size dough? Nope. Huh. My dough mold has disappeared. This is it. There it is. All right, so this is how we store all of our molds. This is a full-size dough. It's about 1.1 inches in diameter down here at the base. I mean, this would actually fit completely inside there, and it only comes down to about here. So, there's about an extra inch in length and about an extra 1/4 inch in girth. And so this is a kind of a step up from the dough short. All right, so what else do you want to know? What has your curiosity piqued? I'm not a great conversationalist, so I kind of depend on interaction here. Well, if there's nothing else, then I'm going to wrap it up, and we will do this again some other time. Again, give us a follow on Twitch or YouTube or something like that, if you like. I really don't care. You're going to find what you want one way or another. And but if you want to see this kind of stuff, give us a follow, and you'll probably get a notification when we go live. So we will do this again next week sometime. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I do a weekly AMA on Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Central Time, and that's another occasion where we do kind of discussion on topics and then open questions to all you folks. Hey, Pretty in Pink, I am happy to share my time, and I appreciate you dropping by. And with that, I am out. Bye!